Alright, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Ooh.
We have now done all of the required missions in the game. So we have unlocked the final mission. I've seen some people say you need to get all the struts unlocked in order for this to unlock. You need to beat all the missions, including the extreme, subsistence, and complete stealths, but that is not true. You just have to do all of the story missions in Act 2, and then you unlock Truth, the Man Who Sold the World, which is the final level in the game. And here we go.
Don't you die on me, damn it! He's dropping! Intubate, now! Cardiac arrest, he's in B-fib! Clear! No response. Hit him again! Clear! How's he doing? Well, he stabilized, but it took too long. He's in a coma. What about him? He took some shrapnel to the head.
Whoa.
Did you see anything like this coming?
I actually had this spoiled. I think we've talked about this briefly.
I almost had this spoiled. I kind of had my suspicions that there was something wrong.
I did too.
But I didn't quite see this coming. So this mission is a replay of the very first mission. I have significantly cut this down.
Thank you.
None of the gameplay is in here.
Thank you.
I've cut out all the cutscenes that nothing has changed in. I'm gonna thank you for that one. Jerk off. So this is a very succinct and to the point version of this level.
Also known as how Hideo Kojima should have done this level.
There's a few ways he should have done this, but overall I'm pretty pleased with the ending of this game. In this terms, anyway. Obviously I would have rathered there to have been an actual final boss battle. And this twist also could have been done way better. I like this twist, and I think overall it was the thing that I hated the most, but now it's actually the thing that I love about the game the most. But, there was a better way he could have done it, and it's not this.
What would have been the better way, in your opinion?
That's the thing, I don't know. People who were like, Gray Fox's Snake, were so close. I remember everyone was like, that guy who made that video of Gray Fox's Snake were like, oh, you're an idiot, this would never happen. And they were so close.
Yeah.
They were so close. But I do like the sense of something's just off in this game with Snake. And there are quite a few clues that Snake isn't who you think he is. Mm-hmm. The boss AI pod is like, wait, you're not Snake.
You're not him.
Huey says that, where he's like, oh, by the way, I kept trying to get this to happen. Apparently, if you look over towards that drape over there, you can see Ishmael kind of spying on you.
Yeah, in the right in the very, very opening, he'll be looking at you. When your eyes are closed, on the PC, if you
No, it's not even just PC. You could just see him.
Really?
Yeah. So I think that's interesting, but I've never seen him.
Huh.
But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Huey was like, "Boss, is that you?"
Mm-hmm. Volgin.
Yeah, Volgin. That explains the whole Volgin thing of.
The minute he gets his hands on you, he goes,
oh wait, yeah, that's not you.
Uh-huh.
So then is like, ah, shit, and then he just dies. It's like, this isn't who I wanted. So there are quite a few hints, and I think just
Oh, and the blood test.
the blood
DNA
test with
obviously,
Eli. Yeah, that's one of the bigger ones. Yeah.
V has come to.
V has come too.
I still think the woman who originally says V has come to sounds like Strangelove.
Ήδη γνωρίζει ότι έχει ξυπνήσει. Διατρέχει μεγάλο κίνδυνο. Πρέπει να ενεργήσουμε άμεσα. Προετοιμάστε τον Ιαγνή.
So yeah, when you see me looking to the left, I'm looking for Ishmael.
It's true.
So was the doctor in on this? I'd imagine he was.
Maybe not the full extent, but yes.
Like, he obviously knew that this guy needed to become Big
The
Boss.
enemies are everywhere.
I don't know if he knew that he needed to be Big Boss, but he knew he needed to be someone else.
Otherwise, I fear you won't leave this place alive. It's a wide open world out there, so there's something we need to take care of first. This is you, as you've lived until this day. I'm going to change your appearance. We have no other choice.
It's funny how this is another clue that they pretty much tell you outright, but you just think, oh, it's just so I can create an avatar in the game.
Very good. Now let's remove these bandages. Your face has healed nicely. To tell you the truth, these bandages were more for your protection, to hide you from those who want you dead. As of today, your name is Ahab. Forget everything. Your name, your past.
Mark Eddick. I forgot about that.
Yeah. You can actually see that text on that picture in the very first mission. You just can't make it out.
Everything feels
Also, that's another clue, is that he has his eye. Like, it's not just completely screwed up. His eye has just lost its function. Whereas Big Boss, his eye is just gone. I guess another one you could technically go with is that S thing that he had on his chest in Peace Walker.
I have time to go.
But I don't think Ishmael... Well, I guess you don't really see his chest.
What happened to the woman? The woman? We gave her a light. She took the short way down.
Now, here's one of the things that bugs me about this.
Who am I? You're talking to yourself.
First off, that's another clue there, but
Been watching over
Ishmael is Big Boss. He looks nothing like Big Boss, and I get that, they didn't want to obviously give it away, but he has two functioning eyes. You can see both of his eyes there. He doesn't show any signs of having facial hair of any sort, and it's odd.
It's a red herring. I don't mind it.
And I mean, it is a red herring for the first mission, but I think if they had gone through and actually shown his face here, and showed that he looks like Big Boss, that would have been fine with me. But yeah, I skip all that because nothing new happens there. It's not until you get into the ambulance that this cutscene happens, and then things start changing. Because otherwise, it's literally the exact same level. And the first time I played this, I didn't skip anything because I thought there would be something new that I would miss. But nothing new happens until here again.
Use that bike. It's tuned up and ready to go. I'll handle the rest. Here. That's your name as of today. You best change your face, too.
That I'm not very clear on
This
when he
one.
says you have to change
He'll
your
take
face too.
place. From here on, he's Snake. He believes it, too.
My very own Phantom, huh?
Boss, the whole world wants your head. Don't worry. He can handle it. Move now. Quickly.
Aren't you forgetting something? We'll meet again.
Right.
I really like kind of little subtle thing in that scene is that they use the Ground Zeroes theme.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But up until this point, I was pissed. This half of the level, I was so pissed. I was like, what possible reason could they have for doing this? Why would it not be Big Boss? Like, what is the issue with it? Why couldn't we just play as Big Boss the entire time? I was so pissed. But the second half of this next cutscene, is, is what completely makes it okay with me, and is in fact my favorite aspect of the game. And there you go, there's your complete confirmation that Eli is Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Zero suffers brain damage. Yeah. That's the other thing, speaking of brain damage, that Venom didn't understand Russian, which is something that Snake did, that Big Boss did. The reason he didn't talk as much is because he didn't really have Boss's personality. So there's a whole lot of things in this game that just add up. You go, wow, how did I not see that?
Yeah, like we said from the beginning, you're playing as Big Boss, but it doesn't feel like Big Boss because it's not Big Boss.
Yeah. This cutscene completely rectifies everything and makes everything okay in my book.
Nope.
No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now. Boss.
So this explains why he was seeing Paz.
Mm-hmm.
That was his phantom pain as the medic. He felt responsible for not getting the second bomb out and not detecting it. So I like that, first off. That's the first thing that it does that I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Yep.
Because the pause thing was just so bizarre before.
Mm-hmm. But it's his failure. What he has to live with is that now this is his price. This is what he lost, his identity.
Now do you remember who you are? What you were meant to do? I cheated death thanks to you. And thanks to you, I've left my mark. You have too. You've written your own history. You're your own man. I'm Big Boss. And you are too. No. He's the two of us together. Where we are today, we built it. This story, this legend, it's ours. We can change the world and with it the future. I am you and you are me. Carry that with you wherever you go. Thank you, my friend. From here on out, you're Big Boss.
So you said before how your friend cried when Quiet died. I actually did tear up at this part because this is one of the nicest and like sweetest things I've ever seen. Because that's not Big Boss talking to Venom Snake.
That's Kojima.
That's Hideo Kojima talking to the player, saying thank you for playing these games. To thank you for all your years of support, I'm going to put you into the game. You are Big Boss. You have made his legend what it is. And that, I think, is amazing. That's something you can only do in a video game, and something only Hideo Kojima would do. I legitimately think that that's amazing.
I think it's a nice gesture, but he's done it before.
But not to this extent. Not Raiden is Raiden.
I still have major issues with this that ruined the character Big Boss for me.
No, because that's the good thing, is that Big Boss is now such a piece of shit that he let this happen. But it doesn't matter because we're Big Boss. We are Venom Snake.
Well, you're a piece of shit.
No, the real Big Boss. We're one half. We're the good half. Now, I think a lot of people say, and I agree, that this probably should have led into a confrontation with Solid Snake. I completely agree with that. That would have made the ending really...
That's what I assumed the sirens and gunfire was.
Well, kind of. Wait, no, yeah, it was leading into...
Was that's like Outer Heaven, because, you know, you've seen the cutscene where, oh, if you look at the bottom left part of the mirror, it's Outer Heaven now.
It's very clear, yeah. And
he's in Outer Heaven, and the events of Metal Gear are happening right now.
That's why he had that tape, Intrude N313. That's what's happening right now, is Solid Snake is in Outer Heaven, and presumably Venom Snake is exiting that door into his confrontation with Solid Snake. That's what I'd like to believe.
That's what I believe too, yes. He's planning his trap.
It's not a very good trap.
No, it's not a very good trap.
And, I mean, that's another thing. It ties the games together now. It doesn't do it amazingly. Like, I think the plan originally was probably to remake Metal Gear 1 and 2 after this game.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, now the big boss that you kill in Metal Gear 1 was Venom Snake.
It makes sense. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I lose a lot of respect for Big Boss. This is one of my favorite video game characters.
That's what you're supposed to do there. That's what you're supposed to do.
I don't feel like that's what he was trying to convey.
I do.
I don't at all. We saw the fall of a completely different character that has nothing to do with what Big Boss was doing.
No, but the fall is happening behind the cameras. Big Boss is working behind the scenes. He's making, Zanzibar
Land. Making Zanzibar Land. I get that. I think he went a little loopy in the head, lost his sanity, had an identity crisis. I think that's what that whole thing was, with him looking in the mirror and grinning. And
I think that's him accepting it.
I think the complete opposite. I think that's him breaking his identity.
Why would they then do that?
Why would he punch the mirror?
Because he's accepting it. He's like, yeah, you know what?
I think he's denying it. I think he's pissed.
No.
That's how I rationalize it. I think that then he flies off the handle, and that causes Big Boss to go, all right, well, send in Snake. and kill him, and I'm going to make Zanzibar land. That's how I
He was
rationalize
making
it.
Zanzibar Land the whole time.
Well, yeah, but that's the only way I can rationalize it, because I fucking hate this ending.
And before we just start getting into an argument here, I'm going to say that's it for Metal Gear Solid 5. I enjoyed myself. I'm going to speak for Chris because I don't want him talking anymore. He enjoyed it too, less than me because he's worse at this game than me. Miller did everything wrong. Ocelot's the best. I love Venom Snake because I am Venom Snake, and so are you. Chris isn't because he's a doofus. Thank you for watching, and we will do a commentary on Kingdom of the Flies next. Goodbye.
What was it all for? If the boss has some plan, what is it?
The real Big Boss is working separately from us to create his new nation.
New nation?
A military nation above and apart from all. The true Outer Heaven. Something created to maintain world balance, independent of the struggles for supremacy, for personal profit, the cycles of revenge between countries. It'll be an army, all right, but more. Big Boss is building a nation. But until it's complete, we support the other Big Boss. The Phantom carries on his legend, his meme. That is Big Boss's plan.
So that's the way it is. 9 years ago, I thought everything had been taken from me. But now I really have lost it all. The boss, and the future we were building together.
One day, the age of Big Boss's sons will arrive. They'll likely want to settle the score with him. We have to shape that age. We'll each have roles to play. Building the foundation for a revolution led by both Big Bosses, the True One and the Phantom.
No. Big Boss can go to hell. I'll make the Phantom and his son stronger to send him there. For that, I'll keep playing my role.
You know, sooner or later there will be only one boss. There's only room for one boss. His sons are fated to face each other someday too. If the day ever comes that you go back to Cypher, I'll aid the other son. And then you and I will be enemies too. One of us will have to kill the other.
Fine by me. I'll be ready for the new age. Until then, we'd better get used to coexisting.